Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations Cyber Battalion class Shockwave, released in 2018 as part of the third wave of the Generations Cyber Series line. Packaging is on par with what you'd see with other Cyber Series figures, which ran from 2015 to 2018 under the Generations banner. Funnily enough, the vehicle mode depicted on the box itself is mistransformed, with the head spun around backwards. Starting out in robot mode, we can see this version of Shockwave can stand on his own just fine, but as it turns out, he isn't exactly the most posable figure. And speaking of posability, Shockwave comes complete with a swivel at the head, rotation and a hinge at the shoulders, hinges at the elbows, and a hinge joint at the cannon and right hand, though these are entirely for the transformation. Not to mention, no bicep articulation. No rotation at the waist. From the hips, the legs can move out that far, allowing for a great spread, and has rotation forward and back, which allows the figure to kick out that far and back that far. Finally, the feet can move forward and back, but lack an ankle pivot. However, the bottom of the feet were sculpted with a slight angle, likely to compensate for the lack of an actual ankle pivot. Due to the sheer lack of posability, trying to recreate any action poses can be challenging, but you can get some decent poses out of him if you mess around a little. The transition from robot mode to vehicle mode for this figure is relatively straightforward and easy to pull off. First, flip out the wings on the back, fold the back of the feet into the legs, rotate the legs out 90 degrees, flip out his little landing gear, and close them together. Fold up the flaps above the knees and connect them to the waist. And swing the arms up above the head. Fold the chest and finally fold the cannon and hand into the arms and you're done. Vehicle mode for this figure is relatively basic, but interesting in that it appears to mold together Shockwave's Generation 1 gun form and his vehicle form from the Fall of Cybertron game. With only really a swivel at the head, this vehicle mode itself is essentially a brick. The only reason this mode isn't entirely a brick is due in part to the chest not having anywhere to plug into, tending to flop around or making the figure feel less sturdy. A little obnoxious, to be honest. And there you have it folks, Transformers Generations Cyber Series Shockwave. Although I do think both modes are lacking, I believe this figure is great for anyone trying to get into Transformers figures and are discouraged by the complicated transformation between modes for other figures. And although a few years old, you can still pick up this figure on the usual suspects, Amazon and eBay. Granted, not the usual fan choice websites. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.